In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on September 6, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Los Angeles Dodgers versus Miami Marlins. The Los Angeles Dodgers have been doing extremely well throughout the season as they lead the National League West with an 84-52 record. Veteran right-hander Lance Lynn will get the start here and is coming off a loss against the Atlanta Braves where he pitched 4.1 innings and gave up 7 runs on 7 hits with a hit by pitch, 2 walks, and a strikeout. The Miami Marlins have been trying to fight for a playoff spot this season as they are 3rd in the National League East with a 70-67 record thus far. Young righty Edward Cabrera toes the slab here and has not pitched in the majors since July 31st as the Marlins wanted to preserve his innings throughout the season. The Dodgers aren't having a great week with losses in 4 of their last 5 games, and the Marlins have caught fire with 5 straight wins as they're back in the wild card race. The Marlins offense is feeling good last night after hitting several home runs. Lance Lynn hasn't been good this season with a 5.81 earned run average and 1.4 WHIP, and he has 53 walks in 150 innings. JT Chargois has just 33.1 innings under his belt, but he's held his own with a 3.78 earned run average and 1.23 WHIP and 26 strikeouts. When looking at the road, home splits for these starters, there is a big difference as Lance Lynn is 6-5 with a 5.75 earned run average and a .256 batting average against in 14 road games, while Edward Cabrera is 5-0 with a 2.91 earned run average and a .203 opposing batting average in 7 home starts. These offenses in the previous 6 games have shown an interesting trend as well, with the Dodgers scoring 4 runs per game while the Marlins are averaging 5.17 runs per game in that span. These games mean more to the Marlins these days as well, so the Miami Marlins money line is our full game side pick. Los Angeles entered Tuesday having seen the over post a 78-52-6 mark this season. The Dodgers are 3rd in the majors as they average 5.6 runs per contest this season, and that number trends up as they average 5.91 runs per game on the road. Los Angeles has an average total of 9.98 runs per game on the year, and that number climbs to 10.83 runs per contest on the road. Miami entered Tuesday's action having seen the under post a 71-62-4 mark in their 137 games this season. The Marlins are tied for 25th in the majors in runs per game as they average 4.08 runs per contest, though that slips slightly to 4.06 runs per game at home. Miami's average total this season is 8.48 runs per contest, while that number falls slightly to an average of 8.36 runs per game as the home team. Lynn is an enigma as you don't know if he'll give you 7 shutout frames or get shelled to the tune of 8 runs in 3.2 innings. Still, the Marlins are no murderer's row. Looking at the pitching staff throughout the previous 7 days, they are doing extremely well as the Dodgers are 7th with a 3.4 team earned run average, while the Marlins are 3rd in baseball with a 2.62 team earned run average. These offenses have been doing decently well as the Dodgers are averaging 5.57 runs in their last 14 games, while the Marlins are scoring 3.92 runs in their previous 12 games. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston Red Sox versus Tampa Bay Rays. The Boston Red Sox will play the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 3 of their series on Wednesday night at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Boston won the first game in this series by a score of 7-3, while Tampa Bay won Game 2 by a score of 8-6 on Tuesday. Tampa Bay has dominated Boston this season, coming up on top in 7 of their 9 games played against them. They swept the Red Sox in a 4-game set at home in April. Boston hit a lean .178 with a .270 .429 slugging percentage in that series. A trend may be forming as Tampa Bay's pitching staff limited Boston's offense to a .198 batting average in their 10 games at Tropicana in 2022. The Rays have won their previous 3 series overall at Tropicana Field, including a 3-game sweep of the Colorado Rockies. They have a 66.2% winning percentage at home in 2023, and they have won 5 of their last 8 games at home. Paxton has struggled on the road this season, producing a 5.57 earned run average and allowing just under 9 hits per 9 innings on average. He has a 0-2 record with a hefty 11.12 earned run average over his last 3 games away from his home stadium. Blasno has produced an earned run average under 3 with a 0.86 WHIP and a 12-plus strikeouts per 9 innings average in his 8 starts at home in 2023. Boston's playoff chances are waning as they are now 4.5 games out in the wild card race, and they have been mixing in young talent in their lineup in an effort to prepare for next year. Most signs point to Tampa Bay victory at home on Wednesday, so the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. Tampa Bay has an elite offense in 2023, ranking high in several key categories. They are currently in the top 5 in the league in average runs per game and slugging percentage, so they are capable of scoring quickly in bunches. Adding to Boston's woes in this game, the Red Sox rank in bottom half of the league in team ERA on the road. Boston has a prolific offense this season, ranking in the top 10 in average runs scored per game and slugging percentage. They have pushed or gone over the run total in a whopping 17 of their previous 18 games overall. 3 of the 4 games played between these two teams in Florida earlier this season went over the run total, and the first game of the current series went over as well. Paxton has struggled on the road recently, producing an earned run average over 11 with a 2.21 WHIP in his previous 3 starts, and he has given up over 15 hits per 9 innings on average. The Rays have gone over the run total in 8 of their last 10 games at home. The stats suggest the game on Wednesday will be a higher scoring affair. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Mariners versus Cincinnati Reds. A pair of playoff hopefuls will clash on Wednesday when the Cincinnati Reds host the Seattle Mariners at Great American Ballpark in the finale of a 3-game series. Logan Gilbert is expected to get the ball for the Mariners. Lyon Richardson may be in line for another start for Cincinnati's pitching staff, which has been decimated by COVID-19 over the past week. Seattle has been arguably the strongest team in baseball since the All-Star break, and Wednesday's starting pitcher, Logan Gilbert, has a lot to do with that. He's been exceptional on the road this season, posting an 8-1 record away from Seattle heading into this game in Cincinnati. The Reds, meanwhile, are technically still in the thick of the wild card race, but it feels like they've been hanging on by a thread. They had an underwhelming record in April and have battled COVID-19 over the past week, essentially scraping together a pitching staff of whomever has been healthy enough to take the mound. If it weren't for a couple of miraculous 9th-inning comeback victories over the Cubs over the weekend, Cincinnati's chances at a playoff spot might be toast. Other than those 9th innings, they haven't looked overly impressive recently. The Mariners have been more consistent and will send the more reliable pitcher to the mound. I like Seattle, so the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. Cincinnati's pitching staff is pretty thin right now. The Reds deactivated 4 pitchers last week due to COVID-19 and also lost Graham Ashcraft to an injury. On top of that, the Reds played a doubleheader on Friday, which ate even more innings for a staff that is already stretched thin. Add it all up, and Cincinnati is left with either Lyon Richardson to make another start, or perhaps a regular will return from illness after not having pitched in a week. Richardson's earned run average is north of 7 at GABP, and the bullpen imploded on Sunday against Chicago before having to throw 7 innings on Monday in the series opener against Seattle. Perhaps the innings are catching up to them. The weather forecast is also calling for high humidity in Cincinnati this weekend, which usually means high run totals at GABP. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.